So you have the Dualtron Thunder 2 on your shortlist, but you're unsure if you should take the leap of faith and buy it. Well, don't worry, I've got you. The Dualtron Thunder 2 joins the small select band of ultra performance scooters and takes the definition of ultra performance to the next level with new benchmarks for both power and battery size. But no scooter is perfect, and I've found a few flaws that might matter more to some than others. After 3 months of testing and reviewing the Dualtron Thunder 2, I've summarized my findings into 26 reasons why you should or shouldn't buy the Thunder 2. So without further ado, let's jump in. Dualtron has made significant upgrades to the original Thunder, including higher performance both in terms of speed and range, a stronger stem clamp, 4th generation frame, new multi-switch, turn signals, motorcycle grade horn, a footrest that doubles as a handle, and an enormous rubber deck. As standard, it has a peak power output of 8,400 watts, but when you pull on the finger throttle twice in quick succession, it's like turning on the jet thrusters. Here, an extra 10 amps of power is funneled to each motor to deliver a 1,680 watt boost of power, increasing the total power output to 10,080 watts. Now, it's worth emphasizing the formidable power delivery capabilities of the Thunder 2. It has 1,780 watts more peak power than the mighty Dualtron X2, and it's much cheaper. Because of the huge amount of power on offer, the Dualtron Thunder 2 has a top speed of 62 miles per hour, putting it on par with the top performance in the ultra performance category, and this brings us on to acceleration. It accelerates to 15 miles per hour in a mere 2 seconds and 25 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. This is rapid. It boasts the largest battery that we have ever tested. The humongous 72 volt 40 amps and 2,880 watt hours of power battery will give you more range than you will ever need. You get 106 miles off the maximum range, and under realistic conditions you can expect around 60 miles. Plus the battery uses high quality LG 21700 cells, which are efficient thanks to the energy density that they hold, resulting in good energy usage per ride. Comparing the Thunder 2's range capabilities to its closest competitors in terms of price, it takes the crown. No other scooter can compare to its huge energy efficient battery. One thing that may surprise you is what this weird little port is responsible for. Well, this is called an auxiliary connection port, and you have the option to plug in an external battery pack for additional power as an alternative to the stock battery. The port can be used to connect to Dualtron's range extender and add an extra 33 miles of range to your ride, but it is an expensive piece of kit, and it's also rather clumsy and inconvenient because once plugged in, it sits at the front of the deck. As a result of its insane power, the Thunder 2 eats hills for breakfast. The tried and tested nut hydraulic brakes with 160mm rotors perform in line with all of its competitors, returning an impressive stopping distance of just 3 meters from 15 miles per hour. The controllers, which pull power from the battery and funnel it to the motors, have been coupled to the underside of the deck so that their placement acts as a natural heatsink. As a result, all of the heat that's generated is dissipated, protecting your valuable circuitry. The Thunder 2 is equipped with self-healing tyres, so should your tyre get penetrated by something sharp, it can self-seal using tyre slime and keep the air in once the object has been removed. Now this makes regular tyre maintenance a thing of the past. The new footrest looked amazing, and the integrated tail light and brake lights are super bright and easy to see. The entire scooter feels solid, and once the stem clamp and folding handlebars are locked into place, there are no moving parts. The cable management is excellent, with all of the electronic and brake cables tightly packed together without any overhanging. Similar to the Dualtron Storm, it comes with a remote control that allows you to change the colours and patterns of the swag lights to your preferences. It's important to have quick and easy control over your lights, especially those that are in regular use, like turn signals. Now luckily, the rocker switch makes it super simple for you to know whether they are on or off. Okay, so those are the reasons for buying the Dualtron Thunder 2. Now let's take a look at the reasons against. There are ultra performance scooters that undercut the Thunder 2 substantially on price. Most notable is the Wolf King GT, but as with all Dualtron scooters, you're paying a premium for the brand. The sensitive trigger throttle can make the scooter hard to control, causing it to leap out in front of you while you jerk back and forth, trying to maintain balance. Saying that if you want immense instant power as soon as you feather the throttle, then the Thunder 2 will be a good fit for you. The degree of rotation of the handlebars and steering column is unlimited, meaning that the front wheel can turn almost entirely 180 degrees. Having the rotation locked like on the Wolf King GT or the Nami Burnie would give more confidence that you're not going to end up jackknifing. If you are taller than 6 foot like me, you may find that the steering column is a little too short and narrow, which can make the scooter feel unstable, especially at high speeds. As for the foldable handlebars, these don't help much in the way of portability, considering that the scooter is already exceptionally wide. I was also slightly perplexed to find out that when you fold the handlebars down and then fold the stem, the latch on the back of the handlebars cannot click into the hook at the rear of the deck. And this is because the handlebar accessories get in the way, hitting the footrest, preventing them from lowering. If you keep the handlebars unfolded though, then they can latch into the deck. While you can rest your back foot on the footrest for a more aggressive riding stance, the steep angle can feel unnatural. If it bugs you, it is removable. For me, a rider that weighs around 175 pounds, the suspension felt stiff. On the one hand, this is great because it's awesome for burning rubber, but on the other, it limits the Thunder 2 to the confines of inner cities where other scooters with more responsive systems can manage both street and rugged terrain. The tyre profile isn't all that great for aggressively carving from side to side, but as mentioned previously, they are primed for burning rubber on the straights. While the lighting setup is sure to catch eyes as it whacks and wanes, the low mounted front button lights aren't enough for nighttime rides. Instead, you need to fork out a few more bucks to pick up a headlight that can be attached to the handlebars. There's no water resistance rating, and this is pretty disappointing as many of its competitors have them. So what do you think about the Dualtron Thunder 2? Are there any other points that you would add? If so, let me know in the comments. For those of you that are wondering what other scooters I recommend as alternatives or want to see our full performance tests, you can watch our full review, which I've linked to in the description. If you're ready to pull the trigger and get the Dualtron Thunder 2, you can either scan this QR code or click the links in the description. Finally, if you found value from this video, do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe to become an Electric Scooter Insider. Your support is appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.